The deeper you go into the oceans of Triton 9, the more the universe tries to lie to you. Down in the Inkwell Sector, 7 miles below the surface, the concept of up is a memory, and light is a death sentence. There is no sun here. There is only the dark and the things that use it to hide. We call them the ghost glows. They are the ultimate cosmic deceivers. They don't hunt with speed or strength. They hunt with hope. They possess bioluminescent organs on the ends of long whip-like stalks that can perfectly mimic the blue strobe of a Federation distress beacon or the navigation lights of a stranded submersible. You're down there, cold, alone, oxygen running low, and you see that familiar flicker of blue. You think it's a rescue. You think your brothers have come for you. You swim toward the light, and by the time you see the rows of 12-inch translucent teeth, it's already over. The Triton 9 graveyard is filled with the hulls of ships that followed the wrong star. We found the USS Callisto 6 months ago. The ship was intact, but the airlocks were open from the outside. The crew hadn't been killed by the pressure. They had been lured out, one by a false SOS. To the ghost glows, we weren't pioneers. We were just fish that brought their own lanterns. But humanity doesn't handle deception well. We don't like being made into fools. We created the 3rd Abyssal Strike Battalion. The Flare Fists. We don't carry long-range harpoons or slow-moving torpedoes. In the Inkwell, visibility is 0, and the ghost glows move like shadows in a mirror. You can't shoot what you can't see, and you can't see anything until it's close enough to bite. So we decided to fight them at their own distance, arm's length. We wear the supernova-class exosuits, hydraulic powerhouses built for one purpose: underwater brawling. Our primary weapons are phosphorus gauntlets. We don't just punch, we detonate. Each strike triggers a chemical injection of white phosphorus into a pressurized impact chamber on the knuckles. Upon contact, it creates a localized explosion and a flash of light so intense it can be seen for miles. We don't just hit the monsters, we blind them, sear them, and shatter them with the brilliance of a miniature star. I am Commander Flash Miller. My gauntlets are loaded with 40 rounds of sunfire. And I'm tired of being lied to. The mission was a simple search and destroy. A mining barge, the Ore Crusher, had sent a genuine distress signal before vanishing near the Devil's Ribs. As we descended into the trench, the darkness was absolute. My suit's HUD flickered, the pressure sensors groaning as we passed the 10,000-meter mark. Lights off. Stay silent. Let's see who's looking for a meal, I whispered. My voice was a gravelly vibration through the haptic link. Flare, 2 Jace, I see one. 3 o'clock. A blue strobe, standard SOS pattern. It looks damn convincing, Flash. Flare, 3 Sarah, I have 3 more. They're encircling us. The lures are dancing. They think we're a school of feeder subs. I looked through my visor. In the distance, 4 blue lights flickered in the void. They were beautiful, rhythmic, and perfectly timed to the Federation's emergency frequency. If I hadn't known better, I would have steered my suit right into their mouths. Wait for the lunge. Don't trigger the phosphorus until you feel the teeth, I ordered. We drifted, engines at idle. The blue lights got closer, bobbing gently in the current. Behind the lures, I could just make out the faint, ghostly shimmer of translucent skin, massive eel-like bodies over 100 feet long, weaving through the water with terrifying grace. One ghost glow approached me, its lure inches from my visor. It was a perfect blue orb pulsing with a fake warmth. Then the monster moved. The lure snapped away as a massive maw, lined with rows of crystalline teeth, opened wide. The ghost glow lunged, its jaw unhinging to swallow my entire suit. Light him up. I threw a straight right. My hydraulic servos shrieked as they overcame the water's resistance. At the moment of impact with the creature's lower jaw, the phosphorus chamber detonated. Boom. The darkness was deleted. A spherical explosion of blinding white light erupted from my fist. The shockwave sent a massive bubble of steam and debris outward, and the ghost glow's head snapped back, its jaw shattered into translucent fragments. The creature didn't shriek, it couldn't. It was blinded, its sensitive deep-sea eyes vaporized by the sudden sunfire I had delivered to its face. Contact. I've got 2 on me, Jace yelled. I looked through the dissipating bubbles. Jace was a blur of motion, his white armor glowing in the dark. He caught a ghost glow mid-lunge, delivering a left hook that detonated against its gills. The creature spiraled away, its internal organs illuminated for a split second by the phosphorus flash through its transparent skin. Sarah was a whirlwind of violence. She dived into a cluster of 3 smaller glows, using her suit's thrusters to spin like a top. She delivered a double nova, A two-handed strike that sent a massive ripple of white light across the trench floor. The monsters were panicking. Their entire evolutionary strategy relied on the dark and the lie. Now the dark was gone, replaced by 3 humans who were hitting them with the power of the midday sun. They're retreating. The lures are going dark. Sarah reported. Don't let them go. We're here to clear the sector, I barked. I fired my thrusters, the high-pressure water jets propelling me after the largest signature. The Loom Queen. She was the source of the main lure field, a leviathan the size of a freighter, her body covered in hundreds of glowing appendages. She wasn't just a mimic, she was a living trap complex. As I closed the distance, the queen realized her deception had failed. She didn't try to lure me anymore. She used her lures as whips, the glowing orbs swinging at me like flails. One hit my shoulder, the impact cracking the outer ceramic plate. The blue light burned with a cold, chemical fire. I ignored the damage. I closed the gap, dodging a massive tail swipe that shattered a nearby basalt pillar. I was inside her guard now. You want to see the light? I growled. Here it is. I unleashed a Gatling salvo. Left, right, left, uppercut. 4 phosphorus punches in 4 seconds. Each one detonated against the queen's massive mantle. The water turned into a boiling, white-hot froth. The light was so intense that my own visors had to dim to 90% to prevent my retinas from burning. I felt the heat of the reactions through my armor. I felt the shock waves vibrating through the liquid in my lungs. The Loom Queen's body began to fracture. The internal pressure of her own bioluminescent sacs, combined with the explosive force of my punches, triggered a catastrophic chain reaction. She didn't just die, she illuminated the entire Inkwell for one final, glorious second before her form disintegrated into a cloud of glowing ash and steam. The silence returned to the abyss. But it was different now. The false SOS lights were gone. The false hope was extinguished. I floated in the dark, my gauntlets hissing as they vented the spent phosphorus shells. My HUD was a mess of warnings and my arm felt like it had been through a trash compactor, but the sector was clear. Sarah. Sound off. I'm here. My suit smells like burnt ozone, but I'm good. I'm here. The stars are out of the sky, Flash. Literally. I looked around. The silt was settling on the sea floor, covering the rusted wrecks of the ships the glows had fooled. They wouldn't be fooling anyone else. The ghost glows were gone and the dark was just the dark again. Humanity has proven the ultimate truth of the abyssal conquest. You can try to trick us. You can use our hope as a hook. You can dance in the dark with your blue lights and your lies. But we are the species that conquered the sun. If you lure us into the dark, we don't just find our way out. We bring the light with us, and we use it to burn you down. The queen is ash. The graveyard is quiet. The Inkwell is ours. The mission is over. We're going back to the fortress. And someone, for the love of God, get me a light that doesn't explode. I'm tired of the glare.